Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to the 3rd National Committee of Toxicology Conference and the 9th Pan-African Environmental Genomic Mutagen Society Conference on environmental and genotoxicants, risks and variability in population response under the patronage of His Excellency Professor Dr. Ayman Ashur and Professor Mahmoud Saar. First of all, we'd like to start with a verse from the Quran.
هو الذي أنزل السكينة في قلوب المؤمنين ليزدادوا إيمانا مع إيمانهم ولله جنود السماوات والأرض وكان الله عليما حكيما ليدخل المؤمنين والمؤمنات جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها ويكفر عنهم سيئاتهم وكان ذلك عند الله فوزا عظيما.
Next, we would like to ask you to rise, stand up for the national anthem of Egypt. Thank you, honorable gentlemen and ladies. We'd like to launch our opening ceremony by laying the floor to Professor Osama Al-Tawil, President of the National Toxicology Committee of the Academy of Science Research and Technology. Please.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Hello, my name is Osama Al-Tawil, President of National Committee of Toxicology and Chair of the conference. Really, I can't express my feelings because really we have a difficulty to organize a conference during these days. Everyone knows the worldwide problems to start or initiate any scientific meetings. So first of all, I would like, on behalf of myself and the National Committee of Toxicology member, I'd like to welcome all of you. Welcome Dr. Gareth Jenkins, the president from UK, the president of an International Association of Mutagens and Genomics, Professor Dr. Wagid Anwar, chair of the African Mutagens and Genomics Societies, Professor Dr. Mustafa Al-Abbasi on behalf of the pesticide committees, and also I would like to thank all the cooperative organization, Armed Forces, College of Medicine, and WHO, and all other supportive companies. Really, I would like to express my heartfelt thanks and gratitude for our distinguished professors. We will start with, again, Dr. Garris as a speaker, from UK, Dr. George Waddell from United States Environmental Protection Agency, Dr. Abdel-Razak Kadri from University of United States, University of Maryland, and all other speakers, Dr. John Vandenberg from Duke Universities, and Dr. Bob Sanawani from Georgetown United States University, and Dr. Wu from the University of Taiwan, and really other prestigious professors. I'd like to extend my really gratitude and thanks for Professor Dr. Dina Shokri, Professor, our grateful speaker from Cairo University, and all other speakers. Thank you all. Thank you, deans and chairmen and all the prestigious and leaderships coming from the armed forces. Thank you for coming. Thank you all for attending the conference. Let me just discuss with you what the activities of the National Committee of Toxicology. The National Committee of Toxicology really consists of more than, actually 15 highly prestigious professors related to toxicology fields from academia and research institute all over Egypt. The activity of National Committee of Toxicology really is like have a different activity, teaching, workshops, conference, trainings for everyone working in the toxicology field. Really, I'm proud to be a member, just a member was a highly prestigious professor from National Committee of Toxicology. I'm really grateful, and also our National Committee grateful for the agreement which had established with the Minister of Health regarding training of the medical doctors all over the all over Egypt, really, especially governmental hospitals, dealing with like how can prevent and control every case of the poisoning. Really, we can to be proud or can announce that this is like more than 3 years now ago, and we have really successful agreement with the Minister of Health, and really our agreement could be considered as life-saving agreement, because we have, after we finish the training, we have like some sort of connections through WhatsApp and through what's called different kind of like connection. And sometimes we found that some doctors outside Cairo area in different like urban areas and so on, and they have like a difficulty to treat or to manage a case of poisoning, and because of our really recorded and data what he has, this doctor, he saved a lot of lives. Really, so we really appreciate the doctors from National Academy of Toxicology and the National Control Center of Egypt. So I would like to really expand my thanks to the organizing committee of the conference. Thank you, Dr. Wagida, Dr. Abdel-Tawab, Dr. Sayed, for organizing this event. Really, I cannot express my feelings to start these meetings. Thank you all for your coming, and thank you for our guest speakers, especially they are coming in kind. Thank you all. I hope for a grateful and scientific conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Osama. Now, Professor Wagida Anwar, President of the Pan-African Environmental Genomic Mutagenesis Society.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحقيقة يعني أنا سعادتي موجودة في هذا المكان دلوقتي بوجود حضراتكم له معاني كثيرة. This meeting means many things to me, because I'm wearing several hats. The first hat is that I am a member of the National Committee of Toxicology for a long time. The second hat is that I am a president of the Pan-African Environmental Society and the Egyptian Environmental Society. I'm a Secretary General of the International Association of Environmental Mutagen Societies. And also I'm a part of the Armed Forces College of Medicine, who are also contributing, and many other things. So this conference really means many things to me, and it's a continuation. When we write third and ninth, it's a continuous success all over the years. Third, the cooperation with the National Committee. Ninth, cooperation with the Pan-African Society. I'm aware of this environmental mutagenesis long ago, since 1970-something. When my professor Ali Masoud introduced me through a conference called Technology Transfer Conference. And at that conference, there was a professor called Alexander Hollander attending the conference. Many international speakers were there, and they were talking about the hazards of technology transfer on genes and cancer and so on. And they initiated Alexander Hollander Committee, which I attended later on after 10 years, the first course in developing countries. And then later on, I organized maybe 3 courses in Egypt and in South Africa, and many of our colleagues in Egypt attended with me in the South Africa and so on. So the idea extended, but still need more attention, because research in environmental mutagenicity needs multidisciplinary research. It needs environmental monitoring, biological monitoring, and genetic monitoring also. So not one specialty cannot deal with this subject. So I'm hoping that this meeting help people to know each other, to develop joint collaboration nationally and internationally. And we will keep going in organizing several courses, and thanks to the International Association for supporting this meeting. I would like to thank also the World Health Organization for supporting, and for several conferences and events they are supporting to such activity. During the conference, we will have panel discussions about the effect of smoking on pregnancy, about the importance of biobanking in having a research like this in a population-based studies. There should be a collaboration between different research institutions and exchanges of samples, either environmental samples, biological samples, genetic material, and so on. So I hope you will attend the lectures, and I hope to attend the training course about risk assessment and management. This will help us to know each other more and to develop more collaboration. Thank you very much for coming, and I hope you enjoy. You join for the first time. Dr. Grace will come to Egypt, so I hope you enjoyed and come again. Dr. George, second time. I hope you can come again. Thank you all, and I hope to enjoy the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Wagida. Now, Dr. Mustafa Al-Abbas, representative of the Agricultural Pesticide Committee.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السادة الزملاء والأساتذة حضور هذه الندوة، أرحب بكم بالأصالة عن نفسي ونيابة عن لجنة مبيدات الآفات الزراعية ورئيسها الأستاذ الدكتور محمد عبد المجيد. أرحب بكم في هذه الندوة، وأرجو أن تكون توصيات هذه اللجنة قابلة للتطبيق لنفع البلاد والعباد. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome with everybody here, and I hope that the recommendation of this conference will be of benefit to the country and the people in this country. Thank you very much. Welcome with you in our country here. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mustafa. Now, Professor Gareth Jenkins, President of the International Association of Environmental Mutagenesis and Genomic Societies. Professor Jan.
Thank you. It's a great pleasure to be here. It is really my first real trip to Egypt, so I'm really excited to be here and to be in Cairo. So I come from the UK. I actually come from Wales. It's one of the countries, the 4 countries that make up the United Kingdom. We think of ourselves in Wales as being an old country. There are lots of Roman ruins. We have loads of medieval castles, but I've come to realize that we're just a baby when we consider Egyptian history. So I'm really excited to be here in a country that makes my country look really young. So I was really pleased to be invited to come to the meeting, and I particularly want to thank Professors Anwar and Abdel-Tawab, the conference chairs, for inviting me to come along and to give a talk, which I'm going to do in a little while. But I'm here as well as in my role as president of the International Association of Environmental Genomics and Mutagenesis Societies in plural, because the IAEMGS is an umbrella organization that includes all of the equivalent EMGS meetings around the world, and the Pan-African EMGS is one of those meetings that is chaired by that presided over by Professor Anwar. So the goal of the IAEMGS is to try to bring people together, to forge networks, and to allow that cross-disciplinary exchange of ideas across different geographical regions. And so one of my ambitions as the president is to try to bring together people from the different regional societies and provide funding, particularly for early career researchers, to attend different meetings, and hopefully together with Professor Anwar, who's the secretary of the IAEMGS, and the other vice presidents and the executive committee, we can bring this about. But as was already mentioned, it's really important that we have interdisciplinary research, and we have networking, and we have collaboration. We live in uncertain times. You know this better than anyone here in Egypt, having just hosted COP27. Climate change is real. There are lots of exposures that we're being exposed to now that are relatively new, and they are man-made. We've done this to ourselves. So for instance, the microplastics world, where we have microplastics now in placenta of pregnant women, we have to do something about this. The world needs more toxicologists, and so events like this, where we can try to encourage and inspire the next generation of toxicologists, are really, really important, and hopefully that's something you'll get out of this meeting today. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Garis. I would like to announce Dr. Garis as an International Association President for Genomics and Mutation. He recently offered 5 prizes, each prize 100 sterlini for the best poster presentation. So thank you, Dr. Garis, for this award. Thank you.
Now we have Professor Janine Marnowick, the former president of the Pan-African Environmental Genomic Mutagenesis Society. She joined us remotely through a video.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Honorary Minister, Honorary Chair, President, dignitaries, invited speakers and delegates. I'm greeting you all from a sunny South Africa. So for the past 5 years, I've served as President-elect of PEMS and was responsible for organizing the 8th PEMS meeting that was held in September in 2021. The event we really planned to take place in the beautiful city of Stellenbosch in Cape Town. But the COVID-19 pandemic had other plans for us, and we really had to move this meeting to an online platform. But in spite of this and other challenges, we still had a really good meeting with excellent keynote speakers and plenary speakers. It was really well attended, and especially by our young investigators and our students. They really had a good time. So I want to take this opportunity now to welcome you to this 2-day conference as well. We are grateful for the conference chairs, Professor Anwar and Professor Tawab, who really put together an excellent program for all the delegates. They have definitely not spared any effort and prepared a very topical and stimulating scientific program for you. So my wish is for you all to make the most of these 2 days and enjoy the interactions, take the opportunity to grow your existing collaborations and establish new ones. I'm very sorry that I cannot join you in person, but just know that I will be there in spirit, and wish you all really a very successful meeting and a great time in Cairo. So I'm saying goodbye from a sunny Cape Town in South Africa.
Professor Mary Gouloumian, President of the Society of Risk Analysis from Africa, has joined us also through a video.
Your Excellency, Professor Dr. Ayman Ashur, Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research, Professor Wagida Anwar, President of Pan-African Environmental Genomics Mutagen Society, Professor Naima El Ghasseir, representative of WHO, presidents and former presidents of sister societies. It is of great pleasure for the African branch of the Society of Risk Analysis, SRA Africa, to be part of this prestigious conference. With an impressive program and a course on risk assessment with presentations by African and international experts, I can only extend my sincere thanks to you all, but especially to Professor Abdel-Razak Kadri of SRA Africa, who worked tirelessly to make this training course on risk assessment a much needed topic for the African continent, a reality. My best wishes also to all who will be attending this very informative and impressive training course on basic understanding on risk assessment and its implication in Egypt and Africa to establish safe levels of health advisories and regulations in the air, water, and food. My warmest greetings from South Africa, and I wish you all a productive, informative, and most importantly, a joyous and happy conference. I will be with you with heart, if not in person. Thank you.
Before proceeding to the official photo of the conference, we'd like to remind you that after the end of this conference, we have a training on risk assessment in the headquarters of the Academy of the Scientific Research and Technology. Now we will proceed to the group photo. So we would ask you to join us here to take a proper photo, please.
In the beginning there was the sun, and the sun gazed upon a land, and chose it from among the others. And the land grew and became an empire, destined to be the cradle of civilization, and known as the mother of the world. A land of legend and mystery. A story to tell, a world to live. Gift of the Nile, guardian of the past, capturing the hearts of people all over the world. Get inspired to start your own story, where it all begins. Welcome to Egypt, the most fascinating place on earth. Land of the pharaohs, muse of the world. Travel back to ancient times. Hear the voices from the past. Marvel as you wander through what is widely considered the greatest outdoor museum anywhere on the planet. Meet the city of Cairo, with its unique fusion of different cultures. Enjoy the all-year-round sun on one of the countless beaches. Lose yourself among the souks and markets to taste the flavor of Egyptian life. Explore the ancient tombs. Share the secrets from the past. Hold your breath as you stand before what is considered the greatest spectacle in the whole world. Live the Egyptian nightlife. Sail on a boat on the Nile. Or dive into an amazing world of color and beauty. From east to west, from north to south, visitors will find a unique place that will provide some of the richest experiences of their whole lives. Come and discover the land that has captivated the soul of the people throughout ages. An amazing trip you won't easily forget. Get inspired by the muse of the world. Start your personal journey where it all begins.